Hey everyone, welcome to another episode of Mr. and Mrs. Cricket. My name is Ali.
And I'm Aruj. So we just wanted, there are a lot of new fans that are joining our channel. So first of all, thank you so much for liking and subscribing, especially to those who did subscribe. And secondly, some of the fans or some of the viewers who are starting to see more and more of our video are actually, we just want to clarify a couple of things. Number one, we are not based in Pakistan. If you're thinking we're based in Pakistan, we are based in USA.
And we are neutral.
Yeah, we are neutral. We are cricket fans. We're not gonna take anyone's side. If we like something, if we're watching something, we will talk about it. Any controversial things, we're not gonna try to cover that. That's the game of people who are trying to attract viewers. So secondly, we both have our own normal jobs, so obviously this is our passion. So we're just exploring something that we wanted to explore for a while now. This is like our passionate thing that we are just trying to venture into. So there are a lot of fans that are joining in, or a lot of cricket fans that are joining in to our channel. Basically, we're gonna be talking about mostly American and USA cricket and Pakistan cricket, because we both love those teams as of right now, and based on where we are, that's what we're naturally going to cover. And then thirdly, these are our personal opinions. We're not professionals, and we're gonna try to avoid any controversial news unless it's officially been announced. We're not gonna talk about it, try to add more fuel to the fire that's been taking place lately apparently. So we'll jump right into this. So yeah, MLC, as predicted, Washington Freedom. Where are they? What did they do?
They qualified from the group stage to the second round.
Yeah, so we're both supporting Washington DC. If you're thinking it's the Washington Freedom is related to the state, no, it's actually a capital team, the capital of USC team. So it's a Washington Freedom, and they're in the qualifiers. They're the first team to qualify. They're on the top of the table. They haven't lost a match as of yet. Their last game against what was the last game? Who did they play against?
So they won from
against Mumbai Indian New Yorkers. They won by 94 runs. Like, they are in the qualifiers. Now the second in the table is
TSK.
the Texas Super Kings.
Yeah.
So they're in the second. So let's see if they get to qualify. But they probably have to qualify after their next game. So there's that. In another news in the USA cricket, there's an upcoming meeting that's going to be taking place in ICC. That's going to be taking that we've been talking about. And one of the agenda is that ICC is going to be looking into why, at the last moment, for the US leg of the T20 World Cup, they requested for $20 million, an extra $20 million. What happened? What was going on? So just a little, if you don't follow, in the last video we mentioned that if there are only two people that I've known so far who are American born or Americans that are covering the cricket, and one of them is Peter de la Pena, and he hosts he hosts a US Cricket Daily podcast, which he basically is covering the US cricket in the US cricket market here, and not just the MLC. He's also covering the domestic cricket that's taking place. And honestly speaking, I don't know if you noticed, MLC, they just like with the World Cup, there's not a lot of audience for the MLC this year around. For the
really? Yeah, last year was
like packed.
But this year, not much. I mean, although USA played a World Cup and people should know about the cricket now, as of now, but I mean, I don't see that much crowd in the ground.
No, I think I covered this before too, because I grew up in here, in the schools here. If you want to introduce cricket into the United States and to the masses, you need to start from the ground up. And when I say ground up, I don't mean just the domestic cricket. I mean going into the local schools, the public schools, and introducing cricket as a optional sport for schools.
Same like American football.
Exactly. So same like American football, tennis, soccer, lacrosse, any other game that they usually have teams for. They do have it for the college level, but they don't have it for the national school level. So high school or even middle school or even elementary school. So when I say start from the elementary school, I mean like elementary school. They have several summer camps around the countries for some major states like California, Texas, obviously Florida, Maryland, and a lot of states are starting to catch up more where there are more South Asian community. However, you need more than just South Asian community. So anyway, back to the ICC event that took place. There are a lot of questions that the boards are going to bring up, and they're going to be looking into why extra expenditures were asked for, especially for the India versus Pakistan game, and unfortunately it did not turn out well because, as per Peter, a lot of the VIP tickets they did get sell out. However, the catering inside it, the food was, after some time, the food was empty. They didn't have food. They had food outside for regular seats, but for those VIPs where they had catered food and it was going to be small little savory snacks, they didn't have enough. They ran out eventually. So it wasn't a good experience. It was
a bad marketing and by US, and bad kind of
like the way that they handled it was just terrible. It's like they're deliberately trying to end cricket before it even reaches the masses. So the idea is good that you want to start off in USA and try to make cricket even better, but unfortunately the way they handled it with the ticket fiasco, and if you haven't gone and seen that video of ours, go check it out, because it was just mismanagement all over the place. And I'm not talking about that just we are talking about it. I'm talking about several other people on Facebook community are talking about it, especially the ones who are living in USA.
All right. So now I'm gonna talk about some news from Pakistan Cricket Board. So they have decided to give 1-year contract instead of 3 years contract to the players, and they wanted to see them, if a player will be performing good in 1 year, they will give another year contract to that player. इस वजह से ये होगा कि जब ये 3 साल का कॉन्ट्रैक्ट दे देते हैं, प्लेयर रिलैक्स हो जाता है, और जब उसकी परफॉर्मेंस नहीं हो रही होती तो वो कोई एफर्ट नहीं करता कि नहीं उसका 3 साल का कॉन्ट्रैक्ट है, कभी भी चल जाऊंगा, अब खेलूंगा, पैसे मिलते रहेंगे. तो ये चेंज आया है. एक और चेंज उन्होंने किया है कि एंड देयर इज अनदर चेंज. दे आर गोइंग टू डू फिटनेस टेस्ट every 3 months now. Every 3 months they are going to do the fitness test, and whoever will fail in fitness test, he will be sitting out of the squad and अपने आप को फिट करने की वो करेगा. जब तक वो अपने आप को फिट नहीं करेगा वो टीम में नहीं आएगा, and he will be sitting outside the squad. So this was the news.
I think there was another thing that they added, that you have to do domestic.
Yeah. So you have to play domestic. You have to play domestic as well. Even the senior players.
I feel like that's a little too over dramatic for the senior player. Maybe they do one domestic game.
I don't know, but they did. बिकॉज आई मीन जो दूसरे प्लेयर्स हैं ना वो डोमेस्टिक नहीं खेलते, जाके लीग्स खेलने चले जाते हैं, 20 खेलने लगे चले जाते हैं. उनको चाहिए कि अपने डोमेस्टिक में खेलें, उन प्लेयर्स के साथ खेलें जो प्लेयर्स नए आ रहे हैं, वो उनको अपनी गेम दिखाएं और वो उनको देख के अपने आप को इम्प्रूव करें और क्रिकेट टीम में आने की कोशिश करें. सो ये मेरी पॉइंट ऑफ व्यू से तो ठीक है. आई डोंट नो और लोग क्या सोचते हैं इस बारे में, लेकिन
not only that,
they should play domestic, but I mean जाएँ डोमेस्टिक खेलें, देखें कौन सा प्लेयर आना है, कौन सा प्लेयर सही खेल रहा है, परफॉर्म कर रहा है, जो कि नया आने वाला प्लेयर है, यंगस्टर जो है, and groom them and bring them into the team. Senior players.
Senior players.
Yeah, senior players. Yeah.
Senior players. Yeah, I mean it makes a valid point that senior players have all that experience, and if they want to take the Pakistan cricket ahead, they should bring in more youngsters into the team, and the only way to do that is that if they play at least one season of domestic game. So I feel like all these leagues around the world, it kind of ruins the whole cricket as a game. Like, it's becoming more of a monetization rather than the game itself, and that ruins the whole experience for the true cricket fans. And if you're one of those cricket fans, I don't know how people are not raising their voices on it, but anyone who's a cricket fan, they would rather that most of the players play for their team than the leagues. I mean, leagues is a great way to earn money, and I get it that some players need to go earn their money. They need to play these leagues, but it kind of ruins the whole. I don't know.
I mean, yeah. I mean, if players are going out to play counties and other T20 leagues, they are going to get
but that's
some
grooming. Like, that's
no,
grooming,
that's a grooming. But I mean, most
leagues
of the players.
Is mostly T20.
Oh yeah, most of the players go out and play in leagues to get more money.
Yeah, so that just like ruins the game. So, but if you're playing county or big bash or games that has a valuable lessons, I feel like that's a good thing. Then they should play that. But I don't know. I guess this is a topic up for debate in the future. So we'll see how that goes.
Yep.
Oh, just he doesn't know, but I'll say this. We have one commenter who commented based on our last video, stating that how when we said about that how Indian media is doing a propaganda against the whole ICC T20 champions, or not T20 but Champions Trophy taking place in Pakistan. I just want to clarify. This commenter, he had a valid point that media, not just mainstream media in India, but also they have sub-regional media. So if we don't speak that language, we don't speak all the other language, the only one that we can understand is Hindi or English. So our facts are based on what we hear on those channels. We don't know any other language, so we're not gonna base on that. And secondly, when you talk about mainstream media, we're talking about big companies like in Pakistan, ARY Digital, or in Geo News. Or if we're talking about any mainstream media, we're just talking about big news channels. Like in India, it will be what? Times of India? I don't know. I don't listen to the news. I don't go into it. But the perks of us living abroad is that we look at all the different media around the world, and we just like do a neutral side. We don't pick. And personally, I don't like to pick any news that's not officially and not investigated properly. So if you are trying to spread hate and misinformation, we're not gonna add more to that. So I'll just send over there. But the valid point is, yes, there are other news channels that are done in different languages. Maybe they have a different point of view, but we don't know. We don't speak the language, so we're not going to cover that. So it's kind of unfair to us, and it's unfair to the audience who are listening or making their assumption. But anyway, that's the point I wanted to just end it there. We already said that ICC is going to have their meeting this weekend, and we'll find out. Yeah, in Sri Lanka, we'll find out what's the future is for Champions Trophy.
It should be in Pakistan. They shouldn't do the hybrid model. It should be in Pakistan. Let's see what happens.
Yeah,
let's see what they say about it. Yeah.
It's just unfair. If all the other boards are okay with it, then it's just unfair. If India is even thinking about not coming and thinking about the hybrid model, then I think Pakistan has a valid point not to entertain that idea.
Yeah. Alright guys, thank you for watching our video. Please like, subscribe and share with your friends and family, and see you in the next video. Have a good night, take care, Shabba khair, and have a good day. Good morning as well, whoever are in the different region. So yeah.
Alright, well, take care and have a good night.
Yeah, bye-bye.
Bye. That's not a good start. I don't like it.
Start kar do dobara se.
Okay, then we need to start again. We can cut this whole video.
Why?
Because I cannot cut it like the way that you're thinking.